Hi there. Good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. I start off saying I've got work to do, and I know I should be working on my other two journals, but I'm so excited about this one that I found yesterday, and it's time for Charlie Brown to meet his destiny. So hold on and let me turn on my timer. There we go. So I need to start with I guess I need to say, just in case someone is here new, I found this yesterday. I paid 50 cents for it. This is it is a 1965 first edition of this book. So before you gasp and go, oh, she's burning books. No, I did a little research. First of all, because in case it was worth a lot of money, I'd rather just sell it. Because, yeah, it's not. It's there were tons and tons and tons and tons of these printed because Charles Schulz, by the time this came out, was already a very famous artist and already had been publishing his little comic strip for many, many, many years. So they knew that this was going to be a classic, print a ton of them, and they're actually very easily found on eBay, Etsy, Amazon. And certainly you can get them in far better condition than this poor little soul is in. So this one actually really needs to even have much more to its life and become a Christmas journal. So that's what I'm doing today. So if you're not comfortable with that, then this isn't the video for you. I wish you well. Off you go. Click on the next one. But if you're like me and feel like sometimes a book has another destiny to fulfill, I really feel that. And it doesn't bother me in the least if I find the right book and I know that it needs to become a journal. So these are those unusual kind of books that are they are stitched, but this kind of book is stitched from the top through and not from the spine in through that way. So they're a little bit of a Dickens to pull apart safely. So what and they're stitched because it's a machine that stitches these. They're not hand stitched. The stitches are about every half inch. So they're quite a Dickens to get apart, and then they're quite a Dickens to have them look nice once you put them into new signatures. Sorry, I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. Maybe this is the way to do it. Let's see if that's doing it. Yes, it is. Okay. So I'll try and hold it up. Can you see all those stitches in there? Yeah. So I've got to nip all of them with my little knife. But I don't want to be too harsh because I want to be able to use all these. I want to be able to put every single page back in order so it's readable. Fortunately, I've got quite a nice amount of space here to put a new, larger spine on it. Nice, I think I'll put a nice curved spine on it and sew it back in, hidden hollow back. There are 3 signatures in it right now. So Let's see. And I guess it's better that it was done this way than if the pages were just glued in. That would be, then I would be looking at having to repair every single sheet. Look at that. Okay, so that's that. There we go. All right, I don't want to tug too hard because if I can save that, that's still in nice condition. I'm going to be making this into a keepsake journal. So it is going to be going unembellished because I know that Charlie Brown fans are Charlie Brown fans and they probably have their own hopes and dreams for a Charlie Brown Christmas, and I am not going to interfere with that. Come on, let go. There we go. All right. Now let's see about this. So it's got one of those tiny little spines the way Beatrix Potter books have. Come on, don't rip. All right, so there is glue in here. I'm probably going to have to glue some back to get, do a washi tape kind of thing, or I'll probably use this paper so that it matches. Let's put that out of the way or I'm going to cut myself. So let's see. Oh, there's Linus. So these are going to show. I may think about this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Okay, so that's not too bad. I'm going to have to play with those. All right, so that is the front page. Okay, so I'm not going to use that then. Oh, no. Okay, that's good. All right, so I can use this. I was worried that this was the back page of this, but it's not. This is, look at that. Isn't that cute? Cute. This is going to be fun. All right. Let's see where the others are. There's all the threads coming out. Okay. Well, it was well bound. I need to try and snip some of these. I'm not sure how much of it you can see, and I apologize, but I'm working with a sharp knife. So as I always say, it's actually right now more important that I see it than you see it. So I'm just going down and snipping all those little stitches that are about 1/2 inch apart. So there's a lot of them. There we go. Good. And it's out. All right, very good. There's that. There we go. All right. Yeah, I thought so. I was starting to wonder if there were more signatures in here, but no, I was right. There's 3. There's still some threads inside, so that's making it a little tricky to take apart. There. So that's going to need some, there's quite a bit of glue on that. All right, hold on while I move this out of the way. I just want to see. Oh, I think this is going to be so cute. Yeah, I was actually quite relieved to find out that it's quite a common book. Readily available. If you want a first edition, there's all kinds of them on eBay. Go right ahead and get yourself one. But this one was at a thrift store, obviously waiting and hoping to become a beloved family Christmas keepsake book. That's what I think. All right, so let's see. So those are all cute. I can hear the music in my head. I'm watching this and I can hear, I'm not going to sing it. Copyright. There's some of the threads still in there. Cute. The pages are in very nice condition. It's the cover that's quite sad. I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do about all these little holes. And I may very well do nothing, because whoever buys it knows full well that this is an old repurposed edition. And part of the charm of a book, I love this for mushing down paper that's sticking up. It's just really good at it. It's an olive pick for my martinis. Part of the charm of a junk journal is knowing that the cover actually really was a real book. You don't want it to look like, oh, look what Hallmark's done now. They've made a photo album out of a Charlie Brown book. No, no, no. This is the real deal. All right. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be pushing down all these dents in all these other spreads, but I'm not going to do it now. So let me give you an overview of what I think I am going to do for this book. It always amazes me when I find something at a thrift store and I think, okay, I'm going to grab that. Someday I'll use that. And I'm constantly buying empty books, blank books, because first of all, I can get them usually for less than $1. And usually the paper inside is very good. And I found a book, golly, it must be maybe 2 years ago, that had this beautiful quality, slightly yellowed paper in it. That one's a single sheet. I've got some that aren't single. That's a single sheet too. And so I took it apart, as I always do. And it had, I think it was a photo album that they wanted you to use the photo corners in, because it had overlay of glassine paper. Because you can see right here, that's where the glassine was glued down. And it came apart quite nice and easy. And look at all these. I saved them all because I thought these are going to be helpful someday. And I usually can save just about everything except the cover. The covers are usually not my thing. That these are going to be perfect to use because this is such an unusual sized book. It's big. How big is it? Where's our ruler? It is 8.5 by 8.25. So that's a really strange size for a book, but not, I guess not for a children's book though. A children's picture book, they are quite unusual sizes and quite large. So aren't these going to be perfect to be able to, and they're just a lovely color, almost a good color match. And then I think I may here and there put in some fun Christmas scrapbook paper, but I'm going to have to look through and see what I've got. In the meantime, this needs to be cut in half, and we need to make spine for this. I'm worried I'm going to rip that. I think I need to carefully cut it off. I'm taking my time here because I'm not sure whether I want to cut the covers here or right down the center. So if you're wondering, why is she hesitating? That's why I'm hesitating. I'm trying to decide. I want to be able to still leave myself options when I cut this, when I separate the front from the back cover, whether it matters about that tiny little skinny spine or not, what for my plans. So that's why I'm doing that. So I'd like to leave myself some options. There we go. And that will be helpful too, because I think some of those pages are going to need mending. There we go. Gee, these are little stinkers. Boy. I guess Charles Schulz obviously got himself a great publisher because they already knew that he was a well-known illustrator. You know, the little Charlie Brown comic strip, Peanuts, was already quite popular by the time he came up with this Christmas story. There we go. All right, so let's see what I want to do here. Let's get you out. Yeah, this is just like a, oh, you're really, this has been, a family has loved this book, I can tell. So, yeah, that's just falling apart. Okay, so all that work and I'm just going to cut it off. But hey, maybe I'll be able to do something with that. That's sweet. I will save it. Give myself a little bit of room before I trim it completely. Am I right underneath? I am. Okay. There's one free. Well, I shouldn't have moved my ruler. I should have known better. Time for some scissors. There we go. It's a beautiful day where I am here today. We have had, it's been like Jurassic Park in our backyard. There've been birds everywhere going crazy for our little bird feeders that we have out. And they discovered that there was still a little bit of water left in our, we leave one bird bath out because it's cement and it's too heavy to move. So it just stays out all year. I'll save that and see if there's something I can remake out of that. Put it back into the book somehow. Anyhow, they were having a lovely time. I think at one point I counted like 14 sparrows in the bird bath, drinking and bathing. They don't care. All right, let's see how, I need some writing paper. Let's find something out of my blue box that I can write on there. All right, so I want to, how big should this spine be? Yeah, it's 8 7/16. Just shy of 8.5. I'm going to say 8.5 because I can trim it down. And then I need to decide how big I want the spine. Oh, before I get working on the spine. All right, so I went through my fabric so that I can just put a nice rounded spine on here. First of all, I don't have a lot of Christmas fabric. And the fabric that I do have, the Christmassy fabric, did not match these colors. These are unusual colors. This red is not a normal Christmassy red. It's almost an orangey red. And of course this green is lime green. It's not, I would say, a traditional green. So none of my Christmas fabrics that I thought was going to match. But ever the junk journaler, I buy up things from my thrift store on Boxing Day, and these are actually somebody's made bags. They're wrapping bags, so you can see here's the opening for wrapping presents, reusable bags, and there's the little casing there. But that's good. That's nice Christmas print. So I look for things like tea towels, tablecloths, napkins, to also use for Christmas paper or Christmas fabric. Some of my favorite Christmas fabric were placemats. This was a placemat, and I love this fabric. I was really hoping this would match, but those cardinals are not. They're not the same red. Do you see what I mean? How this is sort of an orangey red? And the back of these was also this. So then I got hopeful for this, that maybe that would look good with it. But let's see. I really don't think. Anyhow, yeah, so you can see how I had to just simply cut the edges off. They were placemats with quilt batting in the center. But where there's a will, there's a way. And they were on for next to nothing. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then I don't have rickrack that's that lime green. But I do have 3 different shades, and I think that's the closest one that doesn't look so bad. And I'm going to make this work because I'm not the kind of journaler that's going to run out to my fabric store and buy the absolute matching color. That I don't think that's the purpose of having a junk journal. I think the purpose of having a junk journal is to make it beautiful using what you've got. And this is what I've got. So I'm determined to make this beautiful. Now, something else I have is I have some white, but it's slightly yellowed. Let me grab. Here's some snow white so you can see. This is aged and slightly yellowed. And I think that that might look nice because this is not white either. There's skin tones and the lettering. So I'm open to possibly that could look cute. Not sure yet. And then of course, I think this looks quite nice. I think that sort of soft yellowy color again sort of picks up on that. I think I can, this green is not the same green, but that's why I think that I can sort of trick the eye, trompe l'oeil, and by putting a green rickrack, it separates it and gives it its own life away from the cover. I'm going to have to think about what fabric I use. I'm just not sure yet, and if all else fails, I will color match it with some paint, and I will just paint some fabric, and that's what I will use. And perhaps I will do something similar to what I did with the Victorian Reader, and I did gold gilding wax and put some stenciling down the spine in that. That's a possibility. So that's what's going through my head right now for this. Now I need this to be 8.5, so that side's not going to work, but the other side will. So we can at least get this started. And I'm doing my spine the way I always do. So you can, if you've never seen me make a curved spine before, look through my videos listed, because I have done it a few times on camera, and I do it the same way. I wrap it around a rolling pin. I glue several of these together so it's nice and thick, and then I wrap it around a rolling pin. Let's see. I just want 8.5. Oh boy, that's just going to fit. I'm slowly working into my 12-inch square space on this desk. And I see my timer giving me grief because it's going to start dinging soon. There's 8.5. All right. Boy, we're just going to squeeze in some spine cardstock out of this. There we go. Now I've got to decide how big I want the spine to be. I don't think I want it too huge. I'm not going to do like a 2-inch spine, but I'm thinking 1.5 might be nice. Especially because this is already quite thick, and it'll be thicker once I spread them out. Because of course a hand-bound journal, at least the kind I make, are never as flat as an actually bound journal, like a professionally bound journal. All right, I hear you, but I know that you're not accurate. Pause or cancel. There we go. Stop. Oh, dismiss. There, thank you. So, 1.5. Yeah, no, I don't want a 2-inch spine. I don't. This doesn't need to be huge. So I'm going to do 1.5. And I think I'm going to do 3 layers of this. 1.5. Where are you? There you are. Although I think I'll cut an extra one in case I get them put together and I do want it to be 4 layers thick. This is quite a thick cover. So, and I can decide that later. 1.5. Okay, well, I certainly, as ever, got a whole bunch of gabbing done today. And I'm going to cut an extra one right now because I'm going to need one to be my template for sewing in the signatures, and I'm going to need an extra one for punching the holes. So those two will go aside. And I will need my rolling pin. I think I just want a gentle curve, so I think I'm not going to use my tiny doweling. I'm going to use my middle size, not my big rolling pin. I got my big honkin' rolling pin, but that would be just too gentle of a curve. This one's going to be perfect. All right, so I'm going to get on this. Thanks for joining me this morning for 30 minutes of my day. I hope you go out and have a rest of your day. I hope it's great and you're safe and healthy and happy. Take care, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye.